Hey everybody, welcome to EDUT 501. I'm your instructor. My name is Bill Selleck. He, him. You may call me Bill. Just don't call me late for dinner. That is a terrible way to start this video. But we're going to run with it. There's a handful of dad jokes, so a tiny bit about me, and then a whole lot about this course. So I've been adjunct faculty here at Concordia University Irvine for 10 years now. Wow. I believe I've taught everything in the Masters in Ed Tech program and a few other things. And I need to share something with you. This is my favorite class, favorite course of them all. Um, I have three kids. They all go to Hillbrook, where I work full time. I'm the director of technology, also in my 10th year here. They're in grades 3, 5, and 6. And as a parent, you're not allowed to say you're my favorite kid. I don't know if you're allowed to even think that. We gotta. Anyone have strong opinions on that one? Shoot me a message if you do. But with courses, with graduate coursework, I think you're allowed to have a favorite. And I think this might be it. There's something great in every course, but this one, just like week after week, you're just like, yeah, like super useful, super applicable immediately. Some of my favorite ways to teach when I'm working with students. I mentioned I'm director of technology at Hillbrook. We're technically junior kindergarten through 12th grade school. We just opened a high school this year, so we're just about to move our 9th grade class up to 10th grade, and so next year we're going to have 9th and 10th. So I don't know, I think we're officially a K-12, but we're technically a K-9, and next year a K-10. Um, and it's super exciting. We're an independent school, which means we can try things and pivot. And so, like with AI in education, we can just try things without kind of the bureaucracy of like a 20,000 person school district. So that has been incredibly fun. The other thing I love is I can still spend time with students, teach lessons, co-plan lessons, and so a lot of the stuff you hear about, even though I'm doing like admin stuff as tech director, I'm still able to hang out with students, kind of K9 now. K9, that was not meant to be a joke. Um, yeah, before I was teaching, or before I was tech directing here, I was teaching kindergarten, second grade, and fourth and fifth grade music, and have taught ed tech grad schools in like 3 different universities. Um, yeah, you're going to hear about AI in education a lot because it is going to change potentially every part of teaching and potentially nearly every part of our lives, in a similar way that electricity has changed our lives. If you look at the world kind of before and after electricity, it is not hyperbolic to say artificial intelligence is going to change that. There's going to be definitely a before and after AI kind of moment in life, and we're just right on the cusp of that. So this is an exciting time to be getting a graduate degree and learning about educational technology. Like you are in for a treat. You're in for a ride. A lot of the coursework doesn't connect with AI, even though the course was kind of revised just about a year ago. It's a pretty fresh course, but so much changes week to week. So be on the lookout for that with videos, um, 501 specific, and just like in general with any course you're going to take. Make sure you're looking at the late policy. You can turn late work in. It's look at what the penalties are for that. Make sure you review academic honesty and you are being academically honest. Take a look at that. There's all kinds of fantastic resources, whole section on APA formatting. There's a great writing template for you that already is APA formatted. The Writing Studio, the OWL, OWL, Grammarly, and even more so than Grammarly, using ChatGPT for like writing feedback, not to write it for you, but for feedback. Like, you work in a graduate writing support center, give me some expert feedback on this writing. Paste it in, and you'll get some amazing feedback. Um, all of those things are great. On this page, you'll see other contact info around me. I don't know which way I'm pointing. Um, the next thing you're going to be doing is looking at the week 1 video. So I'm not going to talk too much about week 1. Each week you're going to get a video from me and then weekly announcements that go over like upcoming stuff, due dates, all that kind of stuff. What else? Should we just jump right into what each assignment is? Nearly every week you're going to get a discussion board post. So initial posts are due Thursday by midnight, and then you're going to add a citation to that, APA formatted, mostly just so you can practice formatting. But if you look at the rubric for discussion boards, there's always going to be an APA citation that you get points for. So out of 10, I think 2 of the points are APA citations. So make sure you're citing each time, even if it's a little bit of a stretch. Just getting in that habit of, oh, I watched this video, let me cite the video. I read this article, let me cite the article. That's really important to do in that discussion board. And then after that initial post by Thursday, you have 2 thoughtful replies to classmates Sunday by midnight. If you have 2 discussion board posts, you would have 2 initial posts, each one with a citation, and a total of 4 responses, 2 and 2. Simple enough. Most weeks you have a discussion board post and an assignment due. Very quick overview of each one of those. That first assignment is blog creation. You're going to develop a blog sharing your ed tech journey. I will say, looking back at past Bill, he was so young. I took a similar course, started a blog. This was right when like podcasts were hot. There was a book, I think it was by Will Richardson, Blogs, Wikis, and Podcasts, or something like that. So I was like, oh, like I need to start my own blog. I need to start my own podcast. I will contribute to a class wiki. And I still have my blog and I still have my podcast. And it's been more than 15 years that I've been doing that. 20 almost? I don't know. It doesn't feel like it should be that long. But it is. So when you're starting to develop your blog, you can abandon it at the end of this course. You may continue it forever. I will share that as I'm trying to do more in the educational leadership space, it's like so intense, I just like hit my laptop. Having a blog so that when people Google me, my blog shows up and it's like 15 years of blog posts, even if they're like every 3 months. It's still like it's a history showing that I'm thoughtful in the space, that I'm sharing in the space, that I'm leading in the space. So for like conference presenting, for like I'm on the board of NAMELY, the National Association of Media Literacy Education. They're like, oh my gosh, like you have a blog and a podcast. Like, well, yeah, I took 501 or whatever the course was at the time. Yeah, I mean, future jobs, all the things. It's good stuff, but you don't have to keep it forever, but you can. Assignment number 2 is TPAC. Teachers love some acronyms, so technology, pedagogy, and content knowledge. Technically, it's technology, knowledge, pedagogy, knowledge, and content knowledge. It's a sweet Venn diagram of 3 things. I'll jump into that, but you're going to make your own diagram to integrate technology, pedagogy, and content. Assignment number 3 is a summative assessment. The way I always keep summative and formative in my head is summative sounds like summary, and yeah, you're going to create a quiz using Google Forms. Google Forms can grade for you. It's pretty amazing. Assignment number 4 is Curiosity Spark. You're going to watch a video that explains what that is, and then edit a video using Google Slides to spark your students' curiosity. We're almost done. 4 more assignments, and then I'm going to have you go over to week 1. Assignment number 5, you're making a screencast. I'm going to go over specifics of what platforms to use to make a screencast so we can see your screen, so we can see your face, and you're going to deliver a lesson, you're going to deliver instructional content as a screencast. Once you have that tool, it's super useful for creating lessons. Your 6th assignment is formative assessment, as opposed to summative. Formative is kind of forming ideas, forming thoughts, and you're going to use interactive slides. I'm going to dig more into that when we get to assignment number 6 to explain what interactive slides look like, and that's going to how you're going to be using that to check for understanding. Assignment number 7 is a lesson plan. You're going to be using Google Classroom to help build this out. And then assignment number 8, and this goes kind of all the way back to week 1 in some ways, is Google Certified, Google Educator Level 1. So you're going to be Google Certified Educator Level 1. There's a test that you're going to take for Google, and there's like 8 weeks kind of leading up to that. You'll sign up for it like in week 6 and 7, and then you have a week or so to actually take that. Doesn't matter if you pass or don't. as long as you take it and submit documentation that you took it. So that is the course. That is the overview. Head over to week 1, and then you will learn more about what we're doing in week 1. Welcome to 501, and reach out if you have any questions.